Hey, fourth grade, let's go ahead and get started with looking at our assignment today. We're going to be starting in lesson 301 in the English Language Arts module. So my question to you is, what is a suffix and how is a suffix different than a prefix? So let's think about what we know that we've talked about with prefixes and suffixes before. Remember that a prefix comes before a word, like a preview comes before a movie at the movie theater. A suffix comes at the end of the word. So we take a root word and then we add a new ending to change the meaning of a word. So today, we're going to be reading some grade level text. We're going to be working on accuracy, rate, and expression. We're also going to be working on decoding words with suffix information. So let's go ahead and take a look at EPIC right now because there's a book called Prefixes and Suffixes. So let's go ahead and check it out. So this is called Prefixes and Suffixes. So unsafe, careless, careful. Root of the words. When I tie my shoes, I usually have to retie them. Please don't untie them. What do you tie, retie, and untie all have in common? They all have the word tie. Tie is considered a root word. Root words are simple words. They are the base of more complicated words. So what are root words in these examples? Please rewrite your story. Watch out, the bridge is unsafe. The root words right and the root words are right and safe. So here we go. Don't untie the rope. So un is example of a prefix there. Adding letters, adding meaning. How are retire and untie different? How are retie and untie different? Well, retie is re plus the word tie, and un is un plus the word tie. Re and tie are both prefixes. They come before root words. Adding a prefix changes the meaning of the word. And when you retie your shoes, you're starting over. And when you untie your shoes, you're taking out the knots. Since my shoes came untied, I will have to retie them. More prefixes. Yikes! The toilet is overflowing. The hamburger is still pink. It's undercooked. Over and under are two other prefixes. Over can mean too much. Under can mean not enough. They can also mean just what they say. Over is above and under is below. There's a flock of pigeons overhead. The squirrel buried its acorns underground. Prefix numbers. Some prefixes show how many or how much. A bicycle has 2 wheels. A tricycle has 3 wheels. A semicircle is a half circle. A multicolored coat has many colors. So some different prefixes involving numbers would be the word bi means 2, like a bicycle has 2 wheels. A tri as a prefix has the meaning 3, like a tricycle means 3 wheels. Semi means half or partly. So if you go to the store and you see semi-sweet chocolate chips, that means they're partly sweet, but not as sweet as milk chocolate. We also have multi, which means many. So you might see multi-grain Cheerios in the cereal aisle. Multi means many. So multi-grain means many grains. There are prefixes everywhere, and some common prefixes are D, dis, non, pre, and post. The window is frosted. We need to defrost it if we want to see out. I think you're wrong. I completely disagree with you. Dad fried the eggs in a non-stick pan. I bought pizza that is ready to eat. It is pre-baked. So, what do you call a party that happens after a football game? A post-game party. So, we have defrost. So, you might have to defrost the car in the winter. D means to remove something. Non means not. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go back over here to our lesson and let's apply some of these concepts. So we know that prefixes and suffixes, that prefixes come before, suffixes come at the end. So we have move plus able. We have dear Ed, we have courage cloud-ing, respond mend, predict lee, enjoy us, talk lee. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the recording right now and I want you to try to match. Not all these endings go directly across. Some of them might move and go to other locations. I want you to try to match the words to figure out the meaning, what could be the new word with the syllable, the suffix with it. Okay, so let's talk about some of these ones that we would have matched. So we know that predictable. So if something is predictable, so let's see what matches with predictable. So covered, clearly present, can be predicted. So if something can be predicted, we have predictable. So I would say predictable. What about another? All right, so what about covered with clouds? So cloud, so if it's outside and everything is covered in clouds and I can't see very well, I might say that it's cloudy. Yeah, cloudy. So I would match cloudy. Okay. So I would say cloudy. Okay. What about present talk of tense, engaging in speech? So if someone is actively speaking to you, we would say their talk what? Talking. So I know talking would be my match. So talking. Okay, let's try another. The act of moving or changing location. Well, if I'm changing my location, I'm not movable, like able to be moved. I'm having a movement. So there's body movement happening. Okay. I know that a person who responds to something. Person who responds to something. I'm not sure on that one. So I'm going to leave that blank and we're going to come back to it because sometimes strategies that people use are leaving it and coming back to it. So let's move on to the next one. How dear something is, like very much. So I would say dearly. So dearly. Sometimes we have that at a wedding when they're like, dearly beloved, we gather here today. Past tense of enjoy or delighted. So you did enjoy something. So that means I would have enjoyed the ice cream cone. What about having qualities of courage and being brave? Oh man, maybe courageous. All right, so that means my last one that we would have is responder, a person who responds or replies to something. That's a responder. Okay, gang, so let's go ahead and talk about your assignment and what we're doing. So we have a fluency read, okay? So our fluency read, I want you to work on the goal of reading about 125 to 153 words correct in a minute, okay? So as you're reading, okay, I want you to go ahead and pause the video clip and I want you to try to read and see where you get to. Your goal in 1 minute is to get in between these two lines. Okay, let's go ahead and pause and see how you do. Way to go, gang. So we're going to go ahead and hop into Buzz and we're going to take a look at your assignment right now, okay? So when we go into Buzz and we go into 4th grade English Language Arts, we're going to go into Lesson 301, Traditional Tales. We're going to work on our, we have a fluency check, a cursive assignment, and our 301 word study. So we're going to go down to Module 3. Notice we still have 30 minutes of reading. Okay, we have our word study lesson. You're going to have a cursive handout and a fluency check to turn in and a quiz. So good luck, 4th grade. You got this.